For me, what is coming through in both instances is, I just remembered as I was coming back to Kampala this afternoon, the words of David Mamet, the playwright, when he said that old age and treachery will always defeat youth and exuberance.
Old age and treachery
will always defeat or beat youth and exuberance.
All right.
So I want to look through these 4 words: old age, treachery, youth, exuberance. So the NUP, I will look at them as a youthful political party. I'm looking at the leadership of the party, a party that represents the youth in the murky waters of presidential politics. Then I will look at the NRM led by an old man, President Museveni, and still I will associate the same man with the treachery in the way they are playing their politics. I'm not attacking the character of the president, but I'm simply saying that they are playing politics in a treacherous manner.
Okay.
Which is, anyway, expected. So you can see that we have a campaign which is lackluster. Why? Because this is my analysis. When we are walking into the campaign, it was expected that the security forces will follow the same script they have been following all through. So it will always be a back and forth. So NUP will go up in arms and say, look, they are tear gassing us, they are beating us, they're doing what? Yeah? And it's good we even talked about these things at the start of the campaign. And we said the security forces need to actually style up. And we expected better. Now, as the campaign has progressed, their excesses seem to be reducing. Yeah? So now that means that the narrative of it is the establishment aided by security against our candidate's freedom of movement and speech in the campaign. That narrative is actually being pushed to the periphery. So now the NUP has to come up with something new, which I have not yet seen. There are a couple of issues that they have articulated. They actually did a relaunch of their manifesto. They have articulated a number of issues. But from a political strategy point of view, if you want issues that will actually electrify the campaign, then you must make a few specific issues that appeal to the selfish nature of the voter. Yeah? A voter is a very selfish person, just like the politician. Yeah? So if you come and say, we are going to pay old people 10,000 shillings, like when we were doing the 2022 campaign for Azimio in Kenya, that there was that promise of 6,000 shillings every month to the old persons. So such a promise becomes easy for the average voter to decipher and associate with. If you go to the 2001 presidential campaign in Uganda, Dr. Kizza Besigye said, I am going to abolish graduated tax. It was very easy for the average voter to understand. Yeah? He did not have to give a 10-point manifesto. There were about 3 or 4 issues. So an average voter would pick 2 or 3 issues, run away with them. Now that is the framing of the campaign message that I see is missing from the side of the NUP, which is the main contender against President Museveni. The NRM does not need to do anything new. And I haven't seen them doing anything new. President Museveni is still going about the campaign in the same way that he has always done it. The same way he has done his up-country tours, PDM, Bonaba, Gagawale, blah, blah, blah. Same old script. Their rallies are, organized by the state. They will have, him talking in a tent. He doesn't have to go on top of cars. Yeah, he will go in a tent. They have it's as if it's a presidential function. That's how. So there's nothing new, nothing worth talking about. The same old issues. The people just vote him because they don't have, the people in the rural areas, for instance, do not think that there's somebody who is not a military man that will come and dislodge him. And when you think about it, those voters are actually more realistic than the more hopeful voters in the urban areas. The hopeful voters in urban areas believe that they can actually overwhelm the system and have, say, Honorable Robert Chagulanyi declared president. Yeah? So that's it. So the NRM, I don't really have anything much to comment about their promises. Same old stuff. NUP, I think, can do better. Now that the security forces seem to be running away from the script as we knew it. So the NUP needs to drive the narrative, not to react to a narrative created for them. Yeah. So they need to be. That's why I keep insisting they must be innovative.
All right. Let me try to point out some of the things that I think are new that they are using in this campaign. One, a school feeding program. They are promising free education and feeding in schools at the cost of the government. They are talking about the issues of fishermen on the lakes. They're also talking about the issues of land rights.
What are they going to do with fishermen?
Fishermen, once they get into power, and I hope Mwir will also explain better, they will, return the rights of the ordinary people to fish on the lakes because it affects their income since the UPDF took control of the water bodies.
That will give you a marginal gain in an election.
Okay.
It will not give you, a mass gain of votes. Yeah, how many fishing communities are in Uganda?
At least in different parts of this country, we have people who are fishing.
No, me, I'm talking about things which are universal. They affect many Ugandans, like the school feeding program. I think that would be a very good one. Yeah, if they put a lot of emphasis on it on the campaign trail, yeah, and package it properly. I think that would be a very good one because it touches on almost the entire country. Yeah, which is not the case with some of these others. These others are just marginal issues. You can always talk about as footnotes, not the main campaign messaging.
All right.
Campaign messaging must always be reduced to not more than 4 items. Yeah, yeah, 4 items. Then you have it. The average voter does not have a memory as good as the one of Dr. Serumkuma,
All right.
He's a lawyer.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to Dr. Serumkuma. What's your analysis, having followed the campaign trail?
I think you're being unfair to Honorable Mwir, who came here before I did. I think he should have spoken before me.
No, actually, I want the issues to come out so that Mwir can respond.
I don't want to usurp your powers. I'll just go with the vibe. First of all, I need to give credit to the media houses that have done a wonderful job following up the candidates. I wrote on X a couple of days ago that since political parties are getting a vote from the public purse, I think media houses also need a vote from the public purse because the job they are doing, following up on these many candidates, is a public service. And if funding from the public purse doesn't compromise the oppositional identity of opposition political parties, I think all media should be funded in the duty they are doing. Because, our democracy is incomplete without the work of media houses. Democracy has to be seen. And I think the media houses, which are really keeping us posted on the events happening at the different parts of the country, I think they're doing a tremendous job, and they really deserve a vote from the public purse. Okay, I think that I wanted to make that point first of all. I have a couple of points I need to make. The first is that I really worry that, the opposition people, especially the NUP, have been boxed into an issue-led politics, as if issues really matter in dislodging Yoweri Museveni. It bothers me so much, somebody who has written a column for the last 8 years. It bothers me that